Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hello. If you are returning, welcome back. Thank you so much for sticking around. I really appreciate you. So today's video, we're going to be discussing a incident that happened primarily over on the TikTok regarding a content creator called JustPearlyThings and the fat acceptance people plus just other people on the internet. It's gonna be a lot. I really don't think anybody got anything right in terms of how they handled it. And spoiler alert, I do think JustPearlyThings is the main villain of this story. I'm going to be working on some more content regarding like actual fatphobic, cruel people on the internet, and I think this is a great place to start. Before we get into the mess, let's talk about something fun, and that's something fun being our sponsor for today's video, Bellesa. I want to give a big thank you to our sponsor today, Bellesa. Again, how exciting. They sent me this shirt, can't agree more. Bellesa has been my go-to for sexual wellness products and adult entertainment when the mood arises for a really, really long time. Bellesa is a by women company for all things sexuality, so things like sex toys, porn, erotica, sex ed, all of that kind of stuff. Bellesa's mission is to empower everyone to embrace, explore, and celebrate their own sexuality. Even though I had most definitely purchased my fair share of products from Bellesa, they were still kind enough to send me over some products to talk about, so that's what we're gonna do. The product that we're gonna be talking about today is the BuzzFeed Air Vibe. This one is good for the punani havers of the world who like both internal and external stimulation. So first of all, it looks like this, and it's adjustable, if you catch my drift. This part's for internal, this part's for external, and they're both controlled separately, which is awesome. The BuzzFeed Air Vibe is a fusion of Bellesa's best-in-class G-spot vibrator technology and Bellesa Kinetic Suction 2.0 technology. Pleasure jets. This thing is called a pleasure jet, apparently. They utilize Bellesa's strongest, purest, and quietest negative pressure suction waves ever. And then on this side, Air Vibe incorporates their Aurora G-spot targeting technology. And just like every other toy that I've featured from Bellesa before, it comes in this super cute, discreet, and just Polly Pocket-esque, to be honest, carrying case, so it fits next to the mirror on your vanity or in your purse if you are feeling frisky, my friends. And also, this case holds a charge, so not only does the case keep your toy safe and clean, it also keeps it charged, which is important. So just like last time, my friends Bellesa and I are literally sending out free vibrators and gift cards to everyone who signs up using the link to enter my giveaway below. I've entered these previously with other creators before I had my own, and I'm pretty sure I got like a $50 gift card, which like, what? And the last time I did this, so many of you told me that you got gift cards at least for $35, so like you have nothing to lose. So check out the link in my description below, and please let me know what you get in the comments because I'm nosy and I want to know, and this is just a fun thing to talk about. And I am still so excited to be working with Bellesa and to be able to introduce you guys to them if you've never heard of them. And yeah, it's just awesome. This was like one of my dream sponsors, and I'm still always so excited to work with them. So thank you to Bellesa, but thanks more to you guys for continuing to interact with my content so companies like Bellesa want to keep working with me, because it just blows my mind every time. Literally. Like I can't believe I'm doing this right now. Anyways, thanks for listening. Go get you a gift card, enter the giveaway, and let's get back into Present Megan for the rest of the video. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest. This whole video is probably going to be me rambling about a lot of stuff. I just have a lot of feelings about this situation and how it played out over the internet, and I wanted to talk about it, and so I'm talking about it here. In case you don't know who JustPearlyThing is, JustPearlyThings, or Pearl Davis, is a 25-year-old content creator who has a very controversial podcast called The Pregame, and also her TikTok is also a very controversial place on the internet. People on the internet refer to her as Andrea Tate, likening her to Andrew Tate. which I don't totally disagree with. I don't think she's a criminal like Andrew Tate is, allegedly, but I can understand where people draw the comparisons.
What are your thoughts on Andrew Tate?
I think he speaks a lot of truth and a lot of women don't want to hear it.
Andrew Tate's a totally different topic for a totally different video. I think she gets that nickname though because she does spew a lot of just blatant misogynistic and fatphobic rhetoric across all of her platforms very unapologetically and very confidently.
Why is it okay for a woman to feel entitled to be protected and provided for, but it's wrong for a man to feel entitled to sex and intimacy?
It's that word duty. Like, is it your duty to have sex with me as a wife or as a partner?
Yeah, I think so. If I'm married to dude, yeah.
I would like.
What does a guy get from a woman that he couldn't get from a cook, a cleaner, and a hooker? It goes back to like why it's better to date girls with lower body counts because they're more loyal. Yeah, but also a crazy thing is that men, I don't think women really appreciate how much of a sacrifice it is for men to get married because 1 in 4 marriages are sexless. So it's like men go through all of this stuff to get married and girls won't even say that sex is, you do, but rare. Like girls won't even admit that sex is a duty. Like they don't even get sex whenever they want.
Yeah. I also think it's very obvious that she uses the whole outrage marketing tactic to gain a following, seeing that a lot of the clips that she posts from her podcast and other things on TikTok are very, very controversial and are definitely there just to get a reaction. I know she's trying to come off as like based or whatever, but in my opinion she comes off like the biggest pick-me on the internet who is just spreading extremely misogynistic rhetoric for views and to look cool. So in relation to the fat acceptance movement, there was this kind of cold tea. I don't really care, I still want to talk about it. A few months back, I think, I don't know, the internet moves so quickly. Hold on, I need to fix this. I'm not really sure, the internet moves really fast, but it was like a couple months back. Some really, really fatphobic and horrible clips circulated from Pearl's podcast, talking about the worth of women of people over 300 pounds, talking about how being over 200 pounds is a bad thing, calling fat women whales, like that kind of thing. And I should put it out there that I am over 200 pounds. I have lost 100 pounds, but I am over 200 pounds still. And so I'm very much a whale in the eyes of Pearl. And I'd like to think I'm a beluga whale because beluga whales are really cute. So I'm just going to insert those clips here so you have an idea of what I'm talking about.
It's just saying like...
You're saying you got called fat when you were younger, so now you're going to call someone else fat to try and make them feel bad. I feel like that... I'm just like...
It's not to make them... It's not... No. It's not to make them feel bad. Or, you know, maybe they should feel bad enough to get on the treadmill and run. I hit 200 pounds. You know what I hit 200 pounds. It was the worst day of my life. So I signed up for a marathon. I swear to God, I ran a marathon. Then I lost... then I lost a bunch of weight. Why?
So you signed up...
Bro, because I'm not lazy. Because I was like, oh shit, this is a problem. And then you know what we do instead? We say you're not a whale. You look great. You're not fat, even though it is what it is.
Dude, what is with this?
And you deserve love. That's the worst one.
Everyone deserves love.
Oh.
Do you think you have pretty privilege?
I think all women, to an extent, have pretty privilege.
Yes or no? I'm so glad she said that.
Yeah.
Do you think whales have pretty privilege?
I love
They
whales.
should have pretty privilege.
Whales are cute.
You think whales?
Orcas are very nice.
Do you think whales have the same amount of pretty privilege that you have?
As in the ones in the ocean? Is that what we're talking
No,
about?
I'm talking about fat chicks.
Nah, I'm not calling them that.
Okay,
I'm not calling like bigger
what-
women whales. Let's just stop that there.
Okay, fat chicks.
No.
Big women?
Bigger women.
Bigger.
I'm not.
So why can't I call them what they are? Why do
You
you?
can it's your show again.
No, but I'm saying like why do you want to live in delusion?
It's
Like
not
because they're fat,
delusion,
they
I
have
just
more
don't
fat.
wanna-
They have more fat.
Is
Show
it-
me
is it in the
name
cheeks?
one girl that looks good at 300 pounds. Does
I
Lizzo
actually
look
don't
good?
know.
Because you never look at
I
those
think
women.
she's cute. I think she's
Do you think
cute.
most men want to screw her?
I don't know what most men think.
Do you think she gets the same pretty privilege you do? Do you think you want to keep them fat so you don't have to compete with them?
There's nothing wrong with a girl that's got a bit of back. Like, it's fine.
No, it's
That's
just...
not
Yeah,
There's
but
nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with a girl that's thick too.
I think
That's
it's not
still
the
cute.
back. I think it's like the gut, the armpit fat.
I'm not.
I care about them enough to call them a whale to motivate them to save their life.
How?
I should be a hero right now.
Now, obviously, I think this kind of messaging and narrative is extremely malicious and hurtful and extremely unnecessary. Like, why? Just why? And I don't agree with it at all, and I totally understand the response that it got. So naturally, fat activists and just honestly normal people alike took to the internet. For lack of a better term, they read Pearl to filth.
I've been over 200 pounds. And I knew I didn't look good. And so
Sweetheart, did you ever think that the reason you didn't look good at 200 pounds is because you just don't look good in general? Is that a really mean thing to say? Yes. Do I mean it? Yes. This girl has been all over this app for the past month or so, saying some of the most fatphobic, disgusting shit I have ever heard. I am absolutely not shocked to find out that this girl used to be 200 pounds or used to be fat, because ex-fat people are usually some of the worst perpetrators of fat phobia, because they never learned to love themselves. They never got over that internalized hatred. They just changed their body, and that's it. In my experience, it's always crusty girls like this that say, oh my god, how do all these fat girls have boyfriends and I'm single and alone? Because you're a miserable cunt. And that's ugly inside and out.
Name one girl that looks good at 300 pounds. Name
I don't know
one.
what 300.
One of you decided to call my mother. Name one girl that looks good at 300 pounds.
I'm not gonna say anything. TikTok keeps taking down my videos for harassment. There is nothing to be said, so no one can say that I said anything.
And I absolutely understand why people reacted the way they did. She went low, so they went low. I honestly can't say that if I felt so targeted by somebody that I wouldn't do the same thing. I can get petty if I need to, and I can get passive aggressive if I need to, and so I honestly can't say that I wouldn't have done the same thing. And so seeing the heat that she was getting from people on the internet, she made responses like this.
Also, I just wanted to issue an apology video. I know I've said some things that maybe were taken as offensive. I know I've offended some groups based on, words that came out of my mouth in a certain clip. I don't want to say too specific just because, TikTok might take this down, but I want to apologize to the whales in the sea. I am so sorry for offending you. And yeah, just public apology. Whales in the sea. Okay, so there's a lot of whales on my page right now. And if you guys really want help with your weight loss, this is my trainer, Michael.
Hey, obviously I'm gonna get you results, man. Trust me, holler at your boy.
Look at some people just talk about problems. Over here, we talk about solutions.
Problem
right, Michael?
solver number one. Trust me, problem solvers. Yeah.
Honestly, if you put as much effort that you put into stalking me as you put into as you would put into the gym, you might see some progress. You might, y'all can call me what you want on the internet, but you can't call me fat. So get out. Look at.
And people, more so in this instance fat activists, responded like this.
Also, number 2, calling me ugly isn't gonna make it true.
Are you sure about that, love?
And it's just kind of been an ongoing thing now. I think a lot of fat activists have moved on, but Pearl very much still stays with it and is still very much talking about whales and body positivity and fat activism and stuff like that. So, yeah. So you may be wondering, Megan, why are you making this video? First of all, I just wanted to talk about this, and I don't think anybody in my life really cares about it, and I have a platform to talk about it, so I'm going to use that. The real reason I'm making this is because, one, I don't like Pearl. I don't. I have watched a lot of her content, even not surrounding fat people and fat women in general, and I just don't like her. I don't agree with what she says. I think she's causing more harm than good, And I do understand why people compare her to Andrew Tate. I really do. My main reason for making this video is that I think it's a really interesting example of how nothing gets solved in internet drama ever. And maybe my resolution focused brain is like just not comprehending that there was never meant to be a resolution, and people just wanted to be petty for the sake of being petty, which is also very valid, but my brain is very resolution oriented, and so I'm literally just like, what was the point of this? I would be remiss if I did not point out the hypocrisy in the by the fat activists, by firing back at Pearl solely just by attacking her looks. Unfortunately, when it comes to certain causes and like social narratives or social things that you want to fight for, sometimes when people go low, you still have to go high. And it sucks, but that's just how it is. And I think if anyone actually dissected what Pearl was saying and came back with actual maybe like facts or statistics or just experiences, even like anecdotal evidence, I feel like would have sufficed. I think it would have maybe made a bigger impact. Maybe not with Pearl, but with the people who are agreeing with Pearl. I also think the contacting of Pearl's family was absolutely unnecessary and borderline malicious in itself. That would be like somebody contacting any of these fat activists' family members and being like, hey, your family member is doing this and I don't agree with it and I think it's harmful. That's crossing such a big line that I don't think will ever be acceptable. And that being said, Pearl's responses were even more horrendous than anyone else's, I think, aside from the contacting of her family. And now she's just getting more and more cruel to the point where I'm pretty sure that her main TikTok got taken down. Like, the responses towards Pearl just lit a fire under her ass even more to just be the way she is. And they have truly resolved nothing, and now Pearl is just doubling down on her whale stance. And like I said, maybe this was just not a resolution. This was just not a thing that was going to have a resolution, but my brain immediately goes to, okay, how can we fix this? And nobody did that. This was truly a lose-lose situation from the beginning, but I thought it was really interesting to see what could have been such a good opportunity for the fat acceptance people to really spread their message of wanting to be seen as equal, worthy of love, like beautiful, whatever, which they are. And it just fell through their fingers because all they could be was petty. And I thought it was interesting too, because when I was like researching this video, I was also talking to someone in my Instagram DMs who actually does like activism work in their own time, and she thinks it's so funny looking in on the fat acceptance movement, because while they call themselves fat activists, they don't really do any kind of activism. And I thought that was a really interesting point, and I thought this would have been a great opportunity for some real activism to have taken place. But all they did was attack Pearl's looks and basically do to her what they criticize people for doing to them. And while I think Pearl is absolutely, truly the one in the wrong and the villain in this situation, I think it's just overall not a great person based on what she presents on the internet. I do think this was a truly missed opportunity by the fat activist community. Anyways, that's it. That's the video. This is such a short video. Not much of a true conclusion here. I kind of just wanted to ramble about internet pop culture for a little bit, so that's what I did. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you so much to Balessa for sponsoring this video. And thank you guys so much for watching this video. Remember to be kind to yourself, be kind to others, drink your water, take your meds, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye.